abilities that go through magic immunity, like eventually Enigma will farm a BKB, and that's going to be a huge issue.
So it looks like we're kind of just a little bit split, I guess.
Owen's the last man standing.
Owen is the last man standing.
He looks gonna look real smart.
I don't know, he really believes in the IO, but me personally...
How can he not, after winning like every single game today that we watched? Like, IO did extremely well.
Well, you guys specifically said if there was ever a draft in which IO would lose, it was going to be the last draft. What do you have to say for yourselves?
Scratch that and take it to this draft.
Well, it didn't lose, right? It won.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so if that was a big...
Oh, so you can't be beaten.
Oh, you're asking the others, you weren't asking me. I was like,
No, I'm asking you.
I'm going with the IO.
That's fair. That's a good justification. I'll take it.
All right, well, let's see if the IO, once again, we're going to ask the same question. Will IO be able to carry this game? We'll see. This is the best of one, the final chance for Team Liquid and AS.GMB to see if they can make it out of wildcard into the group stage. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Simi. That's a lot on the line, of course, here with this best of one. Who's going to be able to bring their A game and turn up? Well, when it matters the most, Lacoste. I mean, we've sort of seen the way that the performance for really both of these teams has shifted between the 2 days. I mean, more so maybe for Liquid. Do you think Liquid's going to be able to pull it back up and come in with the win here against Gambit? Or as you say, the draft from Gambit could be enough to push Liquid in completely out of the competition.
Straight to the
I think Gambit won the draft because you have like Afterlife performance throughout the tournament has been pretty much amazing. Like we can also talk about the Liquid, how they've been doing great. Day 1, day 2, not so much. I think a lot of the teams got to figure them out, the way they're playing, the way they're setting up the lanes, even though they're super versatile. Like you can still see what they're trying to do, mess up with the timings early on a bit, but yeah, Gambit. I think this Enigma. I think Enigma will be able to pop off. Theoretically, Invoker was always, this mana burn against the Raid King. It worked well. Now with the addition of the Shard, it's really not that great anymore.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's going to have to answer to it. We'll see how the matchup plays out. No one on the Kunkka. Should be a lane where he's going to be able to get quite an insane amount of farm. The speed that he's going to be able to clean up the waves and the die camps around this mid lane.
Yeah, this is me playing Kunkka on the mid lane, Tidebringer on the auto attack, and now he moves it. Yeah.
See how well qojqva's able to deal with it. And how much qojqva can get done. As the panel said, very exciting to see qojqva coming out back with a mid lane hero on one of the flashiest ones. Invoker in the game where it matters so much for both of these teams. See if he is able to pull it out. Looking at some of the side lane setup. Okay, backed up by Insane here with this abandoned IO lane. For Spirit Breaker, much a comfort hero for immersion. Where do you sort of place this hero at the moment? Is it a solid hero? And is this a game where Spirit Breaker does have the chance to cause a lot of problems for heroes when he's in the face of them?
I would place him at the kind of bottom. I think that there are worse heroes in Dota right now. Also hard to execute. Might sound stupid because you just, charge. Yeah, you just charge, and he's also like leaving a lot of XP for Enigma.
Though,
the thing is, you're playing into like Tornado, Sanking Stun, Dark Willow's Bramble Maze. Like it just stops you from getting that charge off.
See how much emotion is able
he's
to
going
take.
for the couriers. Now stop. Like, nah. Dude, I'm good. Dude, I'm good. I'm going back. Abaddon, like, I've seen it, like Lam introduced it to Chinese region where, like, he went ham on the hero. Like, you would expect this hero not to be able to play aggressive, but you actually can. Especially if you, like, buy Orb of Venom early on, which is not the case here, but still very strong hero. Like, a lot of sustain coming up from IO and Abaddon paired up together. Kunkka on the mid lane, dominating as expected. Yeah, 15-3 against 8-2.
And this is going to be a matchup that no one would have been rather happy to play in against the Invoker. He knows that he's going to get complete free farm in this matchup.
Dire's courier has been killed.
So he's going to be able to get some very fast items farmed up. We'll see what sort of route he wants to go. He wants to sort of grab an armlet onto progression, get an early BKB so he can very potent against Liquid's lineup. Again, of course, Liquid, a team that have drafted in a way that BKBs are pretty much going to be invincibility for the most part of this game.
Kunkka is one of the most versatile mid heroes where he can pretty much buy anything and it's going to feel good. Whether it's like a Spirit Vessel, a Heaven's Halberd, Armlet, BKB, he can buy pretty much any item and it's going to feel really good. I would compare him like to Venomancer. I don't think he's going to go for the Vessel because Spirit Breaker already has Urn queued up. So, yeah, but they could definitely use the Spirit Vessel this game against the healing coming out from the Invoker, coming out from the IO, like even a Baton. That Spirit Vessel is going to be great, but on the other side, it can also get dispelled by a Baton, so it's not that great, but still a good pickup.
That's great work by Norn as well with these denies, but we're going to have to charge the movement around the mid as the 4-minute runes come into play. He's going to be able to grab them. Immersion. He's going to find the one up top. He is down bottom. qojqva's able to grab that up there. Make a bit of an attempt onto Insania.
They need a bash. A bit too late.
A little too late. He's out and away. Bottom lane. Sunstrike coming into play. They're looking for Dream, but Dream is actually going to be fine. Not quite enough damage. It's completely out of regen though.
Sonaiko has a healing salve, has a Tango, so that will get him almost to full HP.
Top lane at the same time. Trying once again to push back Immersion each time he comes in, but just having the ring of regen in the boots means that he's never really going to be under threat of dying to the Abandon and IO during this laning stage. Continue to try and do his best to slow down Mikkei's farm in this early game, but so far not to much great success. You know, Mikkei is farming perfectly fine on the safe lane IO. Pressure from ASM.GMB just hasn't proven to be too much for himself.
Enigma's doing fine on top lane, 21, CS 17 denies. That's quite a lot, you know. This IO will not be high level. Getting Necrobook on Enigma feels good. Like, I've seen different builds. At first, I was really not impressed by Necro 3 Enigma, but I think it's a valuable pickup because you just like get the gold back from denying the enemy wards, you get rid of the vision, you get the more push power. It delays your BKB and the blink, but it's still a good pickup. Bottom lane,
going on to Dream it. A lot of damage, but he's able to make his way around the maze.
He dodged.
Target. He is indeed prepared. Dream sidestepping it with no struggle.
He can't get close. Next time he gets close, Sanking stun, he's done. Needs to bring some extra regen, or needs to be in the jungle. Skelly's level 3 right now, but no charges. So needs to be able to farm those charges and continue to farm jungle, lifesteal a bit with the aura. It's not an aura anymore, but whatever.
So move there for Noah. Holds back the Forge Spirit with the Torrent to make sure that qojqva wasn't able to deny that bottle refill from him. On to Dream again. He's been able to close the gap with Moxie. He's moving in. There's the combo. Burrow Strike into the Sunstrike. The setup's there for qojqva to get himself first blood. These kills very much needed to keep him on par with the farm that no one's Kunkka's picking up in that mid lane against him.
Yeah, qojqva, 35 CS, doing much better than expected. Gets the first blood money. Has the power treads. Like, it's not a quas. It's a quas exort kind of a game because you're playing against Kunkka. You want to be able to like deal damage, have some extra damage in the lane, and also you have a really good setup. Whether it's a Curse Crown, whether it's a Sanking stun, just a good overall game for exort Invoker.
Absolutely. We'll see what sort of route he goes with the build. Just don't want to get the Midas build up. Held himself towards those
IO in
levels.
trouble. Charge. Enigma will get level 6 after this. No X mark, only level 1.
Insania's heading over. And will be close enough to provide Mikkei the chance to tether to safety, and it's a little too far for Immersion to want to continue to commit. It's going to mean that no one unsuccessful with the move as Insania and Mikkei are able to avoid the
Dire's
rotation
top tower
completely.
is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gambit can't find any openings. Like, Enigma's level 6. No one try to make a rotation. Switching to network. Yeah, Invoker doing a really good job. Almost as farmed as Kunkka at the moment.
setup of Sanky lane. Bottom lane's
Dire's
become a bit of a
middle
death
tower
trap
is under attack.
for ASM.GMB. If they come down it, Boxy's going to have that setup each time. A lot of damage
Radiant's
to go.
bottom
See the
tower
move from
is under
Gambit.
attack.
They smoke up, trying to invade the jungle again. You know, they know it's against Liquid. You've got to keep tabs of what they're prepping in the jungle. Keep your eyes on any sort of
Dire's
stacks.
top
At the moment,
tower
there's nothing
is
there.
under
The jungle
attack.
has been cleaned out. Gambit has to keep up these rotations. And
Like, this is usually the timing when Team Liquid clears the stacks. Kunkka, one of the best heroes in the game to actually take the stacks away. One of the reasons why they definitely picked it, and of course a good matchup against the Invoker. I like how qojqva top lane.
now they're going to have a huge amount of damage here as Afterlife is able to get out a second set of the Eidolons. So the shield
Dire's
though
top
from
tower
Insania.
is under attack.
Just enough actually to allow him to back off into the trees, and they won't look to commit upon him. Insania's fine. Boxy's going to be able to head himself over towards this top lane as he'll position himself just time to start to push back some of this pressure that will be on.
Yeah, good rotation from Boxy. Using that Sandstorm to be able to deal with the
Radiant
push.
structures are
Insania
fortified.
behind him if something happens. Black Ball hits nothing.
All right. Well, a bit of a swing and a miss there from Afterlife. The boat does still come crashing down onto Boxy. Boxy is able to make his way out of the ring.
Still alive.
He is going to get frozen, but there's no damage on Boxy. Boxy's fine,
Never had a
as no
chance.
one ends up being the one going down. And now they chase Midgate swinging across, they're ready to try and get more. They take down Senego. Immersion charging out of there will live.
Oh, that was a big misplay there from Enigma. You know, not catching anyone. Boxy survives. He's a super tanky. A bracer, has a raindrop, plus a magic one charge. Also a Baton sitting behind him. Now they're
Oh,
chasing.
they might just
Midgate
get him
is
as
in.
well. Afterlife. He wasn't prepared for Liquid to still be hanging around. Only losing, missing the black hole, also missing his life.
Very costly mistake there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No one will go for that armor that you mentioned. Like, it's a cheap damage, cheap survivability as well. Also, Sanking didn't even use ulti, because now you can cancel the epicenter finally in 2021. Took us almost a decade.
I'll take your
He's got the hood as well on Boxy. So Boxy now quite a beefy frontliner, and already 10 minutes in, Liquid starting to build up that lead. 3K advantage.
Yesterday, I was just, you know, being all on Team Liquid's itemization, which I really liked. Love it in this game. Invoker going for like these cheap items, magic wand, getting the drums to be able to fight, like just put away some pressure from the IO so he can farm the jungle. Boxy getting the hood, getting a bracer. Like, there's a ton of magical damage coming out from ASM.GMB, so like he understands. Usually, like if you compare, let's say, to the previous game where Fate Beyond gets Sanking Blink Dagger like straight away, I think it's much better to tank up in this one. Like, they don't need it. They are the ones who don't want to play that aggressive. They just want to farm up on IO until he gets like 2-3 items and then starting to fight.
Dire's top tower.
We'll manage to finish the top territory.
Top tower has fallen.
No time for Liquid to hold it this time round. They'll let it go.
Radiant's
Now,
bottom tower
underscore
has
done.
fallen.
Playing this farm game, it's going to be hard against Liquid. Liquid are going to come in with the pressure. Mickey is going to make very good timing on the Aghanims this game. Top of the net worth and yet to be slowed down after having a pretty good lane. Pressure around the mid now from Liquid. qojqva starting to clear the way through. Boxy and Tiger waiting on the sidelines, maybe seeing if they can get the opportunity to make a jump. They know the Dream's being held top. The attention of
Dire's
Insania.
top tower is under attack.
See if they can make that move mid. As there they go. Trying to lead in.
Go on,
Get the
Sanky.
Sandstorm down, but Immersion's going to turn. The dust is out. Ice Blast as well is going to come crashing down onto Boxy. Boxy dragged back by the X-Mark into the torrent. The Malefist follow-up. Boxy's getting low, but Insania. He's in with the Aphotic Shield to keep Boxy alive. ASM.GMB not quite able to find something there despite throwing down the Ice Blast. They didn't have enough damage to kill Boxy with that Hooded Defiance he has online.
Yeah, also Abaddon once again sitting behind him. Aphotic Shield is maxed out. Insania saving a point just in case he needs to use the borrowed time. This Aghanim Scepter, like, it will be ready in the next
That's quick.
2.5-3 minutes.
Previously seen a couple of very strong IO performances from Arme. Okay, definitely keeping that standard high. The opening to this game. side of ASM.GMB. Armored, they've done it for no one. They do want to try and smoke up, a little short on the mana on Afterlife, but he has got the cooldown off the black hole available. If he finds himself a bit of a better opportunity to land it this time.
If he whiffs another black hole, like, it starts to affect you, you know? Like, you lose the confidence. I've seen it so many times. Like, the next one needs to be on point. Even if it's like on one hero to get the kill, let's say Io, like, it's still worth it. Bottom, Torrent connects. Even, oh, he faked it. I thought he was gonna use the boat straight away.
Yeah, would it have landed in time before the TP out? If he'd set it off immediately? It would have been close, right?
It's like 3-second delay.
Yeah.
If he used it straight away after the torrent, he can't TP out.
Missed opportunity there. Liquid to continue to make sure that ASM.GMB are just not finding the kills so far. Just one kill amongst them so far in this game. And 14 minutes in, Boxy's now had the chance to farm up his blink. So Liquid just keeping their 3-core slightly ahead.
Yeah, they have 2 blinks, one on Invoker, one on Sanking, so they can just jump the back lines, possibly delete the Enigma. They have no saving abilities, kill the Ancient Apparition. Like, Sonaiko's going Hand of Midas. That's a ballsy move.
All right. And Hand of Midas AA. I mean, I guess they're sort of saying, look, we're struggling at the moment. We're going to gear up for scaling up towards the late game around our Wraith King. Do you feel that's the appropriate sort of approach at this stage when you look at how the beginning's gone? Is that the only way that ASM.GMB to win this if they go late?
They might feel they, you know, are gonna say needed, but if he wants to scale, so like, him going Hand of Midas reveals that they want to play a lot. I know you like it, you know, anything that can push you.
Push things around,
yeah.
It's great fun. Maybe not this game. As I imagine, would it force people out of the black hole? Is there a bit of counter synergy there, or?
Not something that I tested, because I don't feel like
you don't test the bad combos.
Oh yeah, let's test how I can ruin the game for my teammates.
Someone in chat went, they were like, yeah, I did it all the time to my Enigmas.
Radiant structures.
There we go, mid lane Liquid.
Radiant's middle
It's a possibility. I actually don't know. Like, if you know, feel free to message me on Twitter, test it out.
Feel free to do it in his games when he's playing Enigma.
Exactly.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Liquid.
attack.
Gonna get this tier 1 tower.
Radiant's middle tower has
Well
fallen.
attempted ult by ASM.GMB. I mean, they really want to play the passive game.
They really do.
Dire's structures
Enigma
are
has a
fortified.
blink dagger going into BKB. He's like, maybe I don't need the Necro 3 in this game. I just want to be able to fight as early as possible. Like, get that BKB online. They have, once again, no abilities that can stun him if he gets it, so... Like, eventually, you know, you can build Abyssal Blade, you can build Basher on one of the heroes, like...
Oh, here we go.
The black hole.
That one, that'll land Afterlife straight into there. The damage, though, both comes crashing down onto Mickey. Mickey is still alive. He's going to be able to break away.
Not anymore.
And now they're looking to try and turn. Insania. It's going to go for immersion. I mean, it's a good job Sonaika was able to find that connection. Otherwise, that would have that would have hurt.
In and out a bit, you know, decided to go back in, so...
I mean, you know, it's plays like that, you know, that...
It makes a difference.
It makes, you know, Sonaika deserves to get that Midas now. You know, all right, if you're going to be able to pick up kills like that, you can go for the Midas.
Sure. You also need to tip him, boost his confidence. You also need to tip Enigma, you know, getting the black hole. I've said it, just use it on the one hero, even if it's Io, doesn't matter. Just use it, try to make something happen. They got the kill on Io, which is a pretty big deal. Wraith King farming up, getting closer to Sacred Relic with 1 or 2 more Hand of Midas usages. He will have it in the next 2-3 minutes. A few minutes, more likely. Yeah, to go back to the talk about BKB piercing abilities, I wouldn't mind, like, eventually, if either Invoker, or possibly Io, gets a Basher or Abyssal Blade. Like, if you don't have anything, someone might need to buy it to have that BKB cancel.
I mean, it would be pretty wild, but I wouldn't put it past a team like Liquid. They are very much innovators, and if they feel that that's going to be the only solid late game answer to it, might just see something that crazy. You know what? BKB still a recipe away. They still want to play this farming game. They're not quite ready to make moves themselves, ASM.GMB. Radiance, a recipe away here for Dream.
Everything's recipe away. AA Midas, recipe away. We're gonna set things up on AA. Easy kill.
That's what you get.
And this lead's only going to grow for Liquid. If they can continue to make moves sort of like this whilst ASM.GMB are trying to play the farm game,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
it's going to get harder and harder for ASM.GMB to really pick things back up as things scale on, even if they do have these items that are built towards
Their timing
playing for
is
the late game.
Enigma's BKB, but they can take one fight before the BKB. BKB on Kunkka plus Radiance and Raid King. They will try to take a fight. King misses a stun.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Just trying their best to completely avoid any of these moves by Liquid.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It's bottom lane. Proxy try and get the catch there onto Afterlife, but Afterlife out just in time.
Foxy picking up Boots of Travel. That will help them deal with the split push. They can push out one wave. Also, like, they can easily set things up. Blink Dagger, Boots of Travel, like into stun, into Sunstrike, into relocate. So basically they can have like 4 heroes there with just the Sanking. When I say 4 heroes, I count Sunstrike as a hero damage that is global. I know how to count at least like 3, 4, 5. After that, it becomes kind of messy, yeah.
No, I didn't even know there was any numbers after that.
Like, if I focus real hard, I can even do it backwards.
Can you do all of the numbers in the world backwards?
First 10, for sure. I'm a smart guy.
Impressive. Oh, you do multiple languages as well.
Yeah?
Play Tiger.
I'll leave him alone. He's so close.
Come on. Why are they bullying him? He's just a poor old AA trying to farm his Midas. I mean, how many times? Sort of 4 times whilst he's been on the road to this recipe. Poor old Seneko. Just wants to make some money.
Road to Recipe. That sounds like an episode I would watch of someone trying to get the Midas. 20 minutes. Keeps dying.
I mean, we've seen many a game. Oh, he's queued up 4 Midases.
Okay, he's going all in. I mean, the big brain play would be not to show one case. Goes to top lane, Gremway stops the charge.
Merchant. Not quite able to get the jump hit. Tiger. They can get him instead. Curse Crowd holding back a Merchant for now. The time before for Foxy to boost the travel over. Jumping off the Dream. They take him down the watch with the Sunstrike. Foxy's ready to go for round 2. Getting the epicenter out. Well, I say that. He's actually able to close quite in on Dream. He's going to hold the epicenter for now because they don't even need it to kill off the Wraith King. The Meteor comes crashing down, brings him out of the game. They're looking for no one in the trees. There's no one. He's going to get the back of him. Merchant charging back in. He's looking for the grab onto Mickey. Takes him back into the fire. Does not connect. Out to the side. He's able to dodge it. qojqva's trying to chase in here for the kill. Diving beyond the tower. Merchant's going to be dealt with by Tiger and Mickey.
Under attack.
Raid King felt too secure going in, you know. He has 2 lives, but still you need to be very careful. Like, there is no save. I'm not sure where Enigma was.
I mean, it feels like, are they falling apart, their costs?
It's a possibility.
It's feeling a bit like that when you see the quad Midas is queued up on Seneko. You know, something ain't right.
He's almost there. Just needs
He's
200 more gold. AA Blast.
Oh, here we go. Sniper
inside the pit. Not gonna get any gold. Dire using a scan to see if they're approaching. No one's on the high ground. They can go in.
Dude,
and finish the road.
Is this breaker going to get here in time? Oh, he's going to hold on. He's not going to try and chance it. It's Liquid. They'll get the space. Roshan and Aegis into the hands of Mickey.
This is their timing. Like, they needed to take a good fight. Raid King with the Radiance. Enigma still A bit far away from that BKB, needs 500 gold.
But he's got his Midas.
He's got him. That's what's important.
Here we go. He headed back to base. He's got
Should have
rid
used
of the fairy
smoke.
fire.
Should have used the smoke. You know, get that efficiency.
Oh, he doesn't have the money for that, you know. We go. Here's the Midas. Oh,
Feels good.
that's what he's been waiting for all game, Seneko. And now he's going to be able to have the gold to farm up his second Midas. Oh,
If
good
it
time.
worked that way, do you think someone would buy
Oh, absolutely.
multiple?
Absolutely. You
Someone
know they would.
besides
You know they would. So now they just need time, ASM. And when you think sort of was it's just about 14 usages or so you need for a Midas to pay itself off of gold. That's 14 times what the cooldown of Midas. Do some quick maths to cost you. We don't know the
Nah,
numbers
go
there.
ahead. No, I'm not embarrassing
14
myself.
times 90 the cost. Come on. I believe it is 1260. So it's about 20 minutes. The 21 minutes.
No, I
exactly.
just gave up. Like, I'm not doing it.
He didn't, he needs 21 minutes. He needs about 21 minutes, and he's going to be in a happy place.
Think about the attack speed. You're not adding that, because the more attack speed you get
And maybe
from
that's
the
why-
item, the faster you farm.
Maybe that's why I bought it.
Like,
Maybe
the
the gold
more
is just
items,
a
the
passive
more
thing.
levels you get with the Hand of Midas, because of the XP. Means your spells are stronger, which means you're going to be stronger in a fight, get more gold, not die, you get the stats. But you need to take all these things in consideration, Owen. It's not that simple, it's not the 4 times 13.
Let's go again. Afterlife does have the BKB. Can he find some sort of insane black hole? Ice Blast will connect onto Mickey. Not quite able to find a way to get in on this. It's like we just have the advantage around this area. Do have that cliff ward, ASM Gambit. But they really have to make sure that the Afterlife finds some insane connection with his ultimate. They're falling further and further behind, down 9k, 10-2 for Liquid at the moment.
They only I just realized they only managed to get 2 kills so far.
Boxing. He's going to be able to set up on immersion. Oh, he's charging out. Poifer's in position. Tornado puts a stop. They attempted escape, and now Dream. They have the time being bought by Tiger here, allowing Mickey to connect. Sunstrike comes down as well as the Meteor. Dream's got the once. He needs help, and he needs it now. Ice Blast coming out, watching from the sidelines. He's got the epicenter, good to go. Heads to the destroyed over to no one. The Deafening Blast pushing the two in the back. No one punts the BKB. He's got to run. Boxy's already been able to make it over to the back lines. Takes out Seneko. No one, he's upside. But Afterlife's in.
But there's no follow-up.
Three of them is enough damage to take down Boxy. But that'll be all. He hasn't got anything else to take down the rest of the Mickey. Chasing him up into the base. Afterlife goes down. Mickey, of course,
Mickey's
still
still
with
alive.
the Aegis.
Like, that black hole was good if there's teammates around him to actually deal the damage. Like, Kunkka couldn't go back in. He was sitting at the 200-300 HP. Like, Team Liquid just playing this so well. They have this global presence coming out from Boots of Travel on a Sankey, so they can set things up. Sunstrike and the Relocate Plate, which we've seen in the last fight, picking off the Spirit Breaker. Also, like, Wraith King, he needs that BKB, because Invoker just uses a combo on him. He dies, respawns, nice follow-up from the Sankey. Abaddon has full pipe coming to him, so that's gonna mitigate pretty much all the damage coming out from the Radiance in the team fight, like AA Blast. Soneko still committing. It could be more than 4 Midases, right?
I mean,
we don't see.
Absolutely, you can only fit so many in the quick buy. And you do have slots for 6. I mean, if you want to be pedantic, you've got slots for 9 Midases. As we see on the replay again, Afterlife, it's a flashy black hole. And just with 3 heroes dead and no one in a position where he's having to run, just don't have the means to capitalize on it completely. And now they're in a position where they've got to wait another 90 seconds before Afterlife's able to have that sort of impact. It's Liquid back on sort of the level that we saw from them yesterday here. As this victory that they're on the road towards, it's going to be very hard to stop right now with the lead that they have. 14-3, 12k lead. Insane amount of farm on Mickey, 330 CS. Level 20. See the hub being made to no one. No one. Has got the BKB. And he has got a TP out. He'll be away.
For now. I just want to see a basher on someone. Now, it might sound stupid, but yeah, it could really work.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Especially
attack.
for those kinds of plays. So Eiko getting caught once again.
Oh, and it's Midas.
Hand of Midas just came off cooldown.
No. You got to feel for that, man. You've spent such a lot of hard work went into that Midas. Now he's dead. Wiper. He's able to finally catch on to the turn of it. Immersion's out of mana. Afterlife's got to put the BKB and get out. Immersion. Ooh, he's going to be able to dodge the Sunstrike. Only just, but he's able to sweep over towards the mid lane. They're still hunting.
He knows.
Spirit.
He knows where he is.
And Mickey's going to be able to close the gap. Deafening Blast pushes him into the Spirits of Mickey.
That was nicely done. Like Insania just seeing the angle of the charge. And he's like, if he stops, I'm going to know where he is.
Here we go. Suneiko's back up. No need to threat, ladies and gentlemen. That Midas will be used.
Eventually.
I mean, he's going to have a struggle stepping up towards the creep wave, though, with
He
Liquid.
wants it. Like,
Go give your life to get the Midas off.
situation.
Just go straight in.
He wants it.
Midas support spirit, come on. He doesn't want to step forward. I mean, it's understandable. Especially when Foxy's going to make jumps like that. Goes into it, onto no one. Immersion will charge forward.
Black Hole is available, but Liquid is nicely spread. Good terrorize.
Suneiko, he didn't get the Midas off yet. Get that Midas off. There we go. We can all rest easy tonight. Top lane though, Dream. They might have to rest right now. They're picking him out once. Big K's point for over.
He also has the Midas. Turn, use the Midas. He did it.
He did it. He did it. It's all good. He may be dead for 50 seconds, but the Midas is used.
ASM.GMB, you know, the sound of Hand of Midas. That's why it's called ASMR.
Oh, here we go.
Black Hole, only on one.
He's going to drop it on the one there, jumping down. The Cataclysm goes crashing down. Afterlife taking huge amounts of
They
damage.
have enough to put it down.
But they've brought down Mickey. What more can they find? There was cost them 3 heroes off the map right now. None other than Immersion with buyback. It's Red King and AA, they're gone. Xenia's trying to finish off the objective. Can the 3 members of ASM.GMB actually push him back? I don't know, with the Forge Spirits out. Curse of Avernus in place, the melee racks, it's going to fall very, very low. Fortification buying a bit of time, Immersion charging in, he's going for point, but there's the counterplay. They step forward, they send him up with the Alls, they turn with the meatball and the Deafening Blast. It's quite enough to bring Immersion down.
They didn't get the melee barracks, so that can region up. They definitely need IO to have a bit more damage, more attack speed. This is something that we've seen multiple times already. You know, Abaddon and IO paired up together. Like, you just get that attack speed. Abaddon feels like he's actually the carry, and this is the way like you siege the towers if you don't have enough tower damage. IO buying tome for himself, wants to get that level 25.
And do you think this was necessary, this game, for Mickey going back for the hood, even though he has a BKB?
Pretty much the only damage that they have is magical, so
yeah,
kind of understandable. I've seen like Boxy buying Cloak 15 to 20 minutes in and really valuing the magic resistance. Not this game, but yesterday.
Gotta keep limber.
4 to 19. 16k down, and top lane already, Liquid. That Foundry heading out, BKB's up, and he'll make his move away before Liquid gets the jump on him.
Oh, he just popped the BKB in the base.
No, he popped it before he TP'd.
Oh, okay.
No, he didn't TP back
what?
to base and then pop it. That wouldn't have been great. I know, used it to get out of there.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, most of the time, Gambit is just using BKBs to be able to get out. TP out, try to make stuff happen. They're smoked.
Got Black Hole in
5.
Here we go. That Quickening Charm helping out. Cooldown. And he's making good progress towards that refresher. It's got the recipe. First Perseverance will be done. It's going to be there shortly. Can they get a jump around this Roshan though? Afterlife was going to go quick, not going to get the chance. Boxy moves it straight away. The Burrow Stroke. Afterlife gets himself out of the Cataclysm. They're focusing Boxy first, Dream trying to step in immersion. This charge put to a stop by the Yules. The Tornado holding back this Enigma, making it very hard for Afterlife to get an angle to jump in from. Another burrow strike over towards Dream. He's caught in the brambles. qojqva and Insane continue to just push back the rest of ASM.GMB, making it very hard for them to get back over and protect Dream as Dream can be burst through the wands.
Has BKB.
Jenny for the burrow strike. Meteor down now. Dream pops the BKB. No one heads back over the burrow time. Comes to an end. Look towards Insane. They'll take down the Abaddon. Now Afterlife looks for a jump. He jumps over. Gets the black hole. Onto the IO. BKB pops the road. Nothing of enough damage to bring down BKB. Gets getting low. Just up the high ground. BKB pops. BKB's on the run. No one can't catch him. The ice wall's down. No one gets cutted. The cold snaps out. No one will fall.
Oh, it was just a tiny second too late because Invoker just blinked onto Enigma. Enigma could have maybe caught 2. They also need an Ice Blast to be able to kill the IO. Otherwise, I don't think IO is dying. This game might just end. Like, they could potentially go in. Team Liquid, they're not relying on any cooldowns. They know that there's no black hole, there's no shift. Also, it was level 2 ultimate only on the Brave King, so he's not going to have it for quite some time.
Dire's bottom tower.
TN2s are still up in the side lanes, but the lanes also been swung round, so Liquid immediately able to remove that top tier 2, bring this lane up towards the base. Should at least be another set of ranks gone before Gambit's back in action.
Yeah, they can just clear this, potentially go to the Roche pit. There's still a tier 2 tower on the bottom, so they can just end the game. But yeah, no real answer for Gambit. Like, Team Liquid's doing very well the way they're spread out in a team fight. They are not grouping around, not giving the opportunity to Afterlife to actually use your black hole. Sunstrike.
I mean, if ASM.GMB are able to turn this around, you know, which hero is he going to be off the back of? Is it going to be this Enigma? If anyone sort of has
like
game-changing capabilities.
Need to have, like, generous, say 4-man black hole, have to be 5-man black hole. Because right now doesn't deal that much damage. He's extremely underfarmed, like compared to the enemy carry hero, and they have tools to deal with him. Like, you have this sustain, you have pipe, you have heals, shields coming out from the Abaddon.
It's not gonna be easy. 24k, 23-5 for Liquid right now. Dream does have the rest of his team swinging over. They can go for target here. Immersion coming in with the charge.
Oh, pushes him out. And he's back in.
See the rest of Liquid, maybe seeing if they can still go for this despite Tiger going down.
Oh, I like what I see. Boxy going for Windmaker. So even if they like get a good jump on anyone, he can save people. Like, this is just super expensive item, very situational, but since you already have that Yule Scepter, like, you get so much value from it. If they jump IO, like, he can just save him. If they jump Invoker, if he's close.
Under attack.
Obviously, they've got to catch Boxy in the black hole, otherwise, yeah, the saves, it's there every time. The mounting pressure building up massively onto Afterlife's Enigma. He has the refresher orb. He has the tools to do something incredible, but it's going to be so difficult. Liquid, this Aegis, they can resume business down on the bottom lane.
Radiant's
Take away this final tier 2 and open up the chance to go high ground. Refresher done on qojqva as well, so those 2 rounds of Cataclysms will be there ready to throw down in the fights. And I mean, that alone, if he lays down sort of a two rounds of those, even if Afterlife's standing his ground, he's going to take huge amounts of damage and stand the likeliness of maybe even dying during the casting.
Most fun item in the game, definitely, because you can juke people with it. It looks really fun to use. Boxy on the high ground, cosplaying Arteezy, getting D wards. And they're in.
They're ready to do it.
They have one more fight. That's all they got.
What can Afterlife pull off? Already Boxy starting up the action, jumping in Afterlife, gonna go with the black hole. He's only caught Insane here for now. Then the Cataclysm.
And he died.
Through it.
That's it.
The refresher sense of that insane amount of pure damage just wipes ASM.GMB out of the game. No one's out now. As Liquid, they've got the whole team alive to keep pushing on. GG is called.
Yeah, that
As
was
Liquid
such
will hold on.
a good pickup by Invoker, you know, getting that refresher. Like Enigma might use a black hole, but there's gonna be